why you go to work? Do you know why you go to the job you go to? That's probably one of the toughest questions that most of us have to face as we go through life. And that is, why am I doing what I'm doing? Did you actually plan ahead and pick the occupation that you're in now? Or was it just a job, a chance, to make some money because, hey, you needed to make some money, you had some bills to pay? Earl Nightingale in his The Strangest Secret talked about the fact that they did a survey on 100 men, and they asked them why they went to work in the mornings. And most of them didn't know why they were going to work in the morning. They just kind of figured everybody else goes to work in the morning, so they need to go to work in the morning. But the other thing that was probably the most interesting about Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret is that they surveyed 100 men, and of that 100 men, at the age of 25, were pretty excited about life. They were at a point in their life where they were either making money or going to make money. Some of them were even supporting families at that point in time. I was, and I'm sure that many of you are. And they tried to figure out, okay, out of 100 men, when they reach starting at the age of 25, when they get to the age of 65, this is a startling statistic as far as I'm concerned. And hey, I'm over 65, so I have some experience with this process. But anyway, at age 65, only one of those 100 men is rich. 4 of them are independent. 5 are still working. And 56 of them are broke. Now, I don't know where you are in this process, but, do you have a plan? Do you know what you're going to do? Probably the biggest problem we have in reality as human beings is we don't think. We don't think about where we're going, what we're going to do. We're almost, unfortunately, become creatures of habit, and we follow what everybody else is doing. I just saw on the internet a thing that I thought was quite entertaining, and it was a social experiment where there was a dentist's office, and there were a whole bunch of people sitting in this dentist's office. And a new gal came in and sat down, and a bell rang, and all the others stood up. She kind of sat there and looked around and went, huh. They sat down, the bell rang, they all stood up again. She kind of looked around. The third time this happened, she started to stand up, but she didn't stand up. The 4th time it happened, she did stand up. Why? Why were they standing up? A bell rings and they stand up? Does that make any sense? So then again, the process went on, and all the others eventually were called into the dentist, and she was sitting in there alone. The bell rang, she stood up. Why? Why would you do that? But unfortunately, that's how we act. It's called social mirroring. When somebody does something, we do it. But, there's got to be more to life. We got to think. You got to think about what you want. You got to think about where you're going, what you want to do. You got to have a goal. You got to plan. You got to think. Again, I'm preaching, and I apologize for that. But after 77 years and going through a lot of things myself, doing a lot of different things, finally I found something that I truly enjoyed: going to work every day. Every day was a challenge for me. That's where we need to get to be. And, if you're not doing what you want to do, take a minute. Take days. Think about it. Think about if you could do exactly what you wanted to do today, tomorrow, for the next 20 years, if that's what you wanted to do. What would you do? And why would you do it? So right now, all I wanted to do was just get you thinking about it. And hey, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about some other aspects of moving forward in our lives. You know, even though, like I said, I'm 77 years old, I'm still moving forward in my life. I'm not sitting still, and I'm not ever going to sit still, I guess, until maybe they throw dirt over my face. But anyway, thanks for your time. Have a good day.